we doing? This is a collective reading for the Chosen Ones Collective. This is not any personal readings. This is just collective energy for the Chosen Ones Collective. Let's see. What is the energy for the month of November? The first card we have here is the Chariot. Your chariot awaits. So what's happening here, Chosen Ones, is that you are in this phase right now in November where you are getting ready to, this is your month to take off. Okay, 1 second. This is your take-off season, okay? This is the moment where you really begin to move forward in your destiny. And what's happening here is that you are going on this journey independently. The path, they say that the path towards God is a narrow path, okay? The path that everyone else goes in is very wide, it's very broad, but the path to follow God is very narrow. And it's narrow because you are meant to just be with you and God for a season, for a while, until God brings more people into your life. So what's happening right now in the month of November, Chosen One, is you are embarking on this journey, moving in your purpose, walking in your purpose, but you're starting off independently. You're starting off alone. But it's okay for you to be alone, because when you're alone, you have no other inside influences to distract you. You don't have any other voices getting inside your ear. You have nobody to instill doubt in you. You have nobody to belittle you or shut you down. You basically can hear your own voice. And that's what this month is about, is you trusting your own intuition, listening to your own voice, listening to the voice of God, listening to the voice of your higher self, and trusting that, because God, your higher self, you all know exactly what you're here to do and what to do next. And even if you may not know the next step, as you listen to your intuition, you're going to be guided to wherever you need to be, because you don't need to know all the answers right now. But you do need to trust within yourself and trust within God to move forward. So what's happening here is that it may seem like you are in this period of isolation. It may seem like you don't really have very many people around you that are giving you that emotional support, that sort of, giving you that green light, giving you that push, that, encouragement, that confidence. You may not have this right now, but listen, you don't technically need it from those people, because you have it within you. You have it within you because you have a whole spirit team in the spirit realm that you can't even see with your earthly eyes, but they are felt through your third eye. Those are the people that are encouraging you and protecting you and watching over you. You are never truly alone. It just may look like you are alone because there's no physical people around you, but there are people in the spirit realm. You see how you have these two animals here? Those are like representing, okay, so the white is representing your purity. You are this pure, innocent soul. This is representing your light. And as you carry your light and move forward, you're going to have everything you need. This black here is representing like protection and being grounded, like with the black tourmaline, being grounded. This is saying that for you to stay in your light and to stay grounded as you move forward, and to also stay at your own pace. The Chariot does not have a specific speed. It's not like the Eight of Wands where it's very fast. The Chariot is just forward movement. Hear me when I say this. You do not have to go fast. You just have to keep moving. You can walk, you can jog, you can run, you can sprint, but you must keep moving. Standing still is a no-go. We must keep moving. I'm having this channeled song from Hairspray, the 2007 one. Queen Latifah sang this song, I Know Where I've Been. Okay, I want you to listen to that song by Hairspray, I Know Where I've Been. Queen Latifah sings it. When I tell you that song is, it's a timeless song, because like it really speaks about stuff that we have dealing with us to this day. And one quote that is so powerful, no, not quote, one lyric of that song that is so powerful is where she said, but to sit still would be a sin. She's like, because just to sit still would be a sin. And it's so powerful, because if we just sit still, knowing we have all this at stake, knowing we have all this that we have to accomplish for our purpose, for God's kingdom, if we are just sitting still and staying idle and getting into that sloth energy, we're not gonna move forward. We're gonna stay in the same exact place. That's why we have to keep moving forward. And listen, it's okay if you're moving forward and you're bawling your eyes out because you got to release that energy and release that pain. Baby, it's okay. Life goes on. And this is what we are learning right now, that life continues to go on. And that, yes, we deal with pain. Yes, we deal with a lot of issues. Yes, we deal with a lot of emotion. Yes, we deal with a lot of trauma. But life continues to go on. And if we sit and we don't do much to work through the pain, we're only going to stay in the same place. Life has to go on. No matter how emotional we are, no matter how much healing we have to do, we have to continue to heal while we live. Continue to heal while we move forward. We can't stop our life just because we have to heal. I know that's easier said than done, but we have to keep going. And this is why the Chariot is saying that you are protected. You staying in your light, you staying grounded, everything is going to work out for you. And it's okay for you to go at your own pace because no one's rushing you. The ego rushes because it feels like its time is limited, but the soul knows that it's timeless, that you are timeless. And you do not have to rush. You don't have to rush at all. Don't think about, listen, baby, don't think, oh, it's November and I've wasted a majority of my year because of X, Y, and Z. Baby, you had a lot of stuff that you was going through this year. They hit the chosen ones hard this year, bro, because we're getting ready to level up. So we had to have an internal shift first before the external shift can happen. We had to be spiritually equipped before this new level can happen. That's what happens. Whenever we get ready to level up, we have to go through an internal transformation. And how do you go through an internal transformation? We got to go through a dark night of the soul. What's the dark night of the soul? We got to be traumatized. We get it. We've been there several times. And sometimes it feels like we take a few steps forward to be knocked a few steps back. We get it. But baby, every time you get knocked back a few steps, all of this wisdom and information that you acquire, now that you're moving forward, you're moving forward in wisdom now. So when you move forward, you won't make those same mistakes that made you get knocked backwards. So sometimes it's okay. Setbacks are for a reason. They're for a reason, because would you rather learn these lessons now or learn them later in life when it'll probably hit harder? Yeah, take these lessons now. Learn them now and then move forward so that you don't have to continue to repeat same cycles. Because listen, yes, it's difficult, but there are people out here that don't have a lot of discernment. They don't have a lot of self-awareness. So when they go through difficult situations, what they will do is they will continue in this perpetual cycle because they refuse to look within themselves and see, how can I fix this? But you, chosen one, when something happens, something difficult and traumatic, you go and you heal from it. You go to God and you say, God, what are you teaching me here? What am I learning here? How can I move forward? You go to God with your issues. You cast your burdens onto God. That's why God delivers you from those experiences. And you move forward in life. And yes, as you move forward, you have all this wisdom. You got the healing that you got to process, the emotion you got to deal with in your nervous system. But now you're at a different mindset. Now you are at a totally different level now. Okay? Totally different level now mentally. Even though sometimes you may feel like, man, I just got all this pain dealing within my heart. But you're at a different level now. That's the difference between you, chosen one, and others, is that you learn from your mistakes and you correct them. Others, they see the mistake and they continue to make mistakes over and over. But you are learning your lesson. Your chariot awaits. It's time for you to just hop on that chariot and move forward in your purpose. Let nothing stand in your way. The path is clear. You are clear for departure. You are clear for departure. There is nothing standing in your way. You are free to move forward. This is your green light. You are free to move forward with every single endeavor that you have for yourself. Every single one. Whatever it is that you've been wanting to do, go ahead and do it. And start one at a time. If you know you're getting ready to start, if you know you're being called to, for example, I just saw paint and art, okay? So for some of you, you are painters, you are artists. You like to draw, you like to paint, whatever the case is, you work a lot with that. You're very, very artsy. And you know that you want to just do art and sell your art. And you have all of these ideas of all of these paintings and canvases and arts you want to make. But you're like, where do I start? Start with just one. Start with just one art project. And then just continue on. And when you start with that one art project, put your whole heart and soul into it. Put your heart into it. Love it while you do it. Heal while you do it. Be present in it. And this is not even just for them, but for those of you that are writers, start by one page at a time, one chapter at a time of your book. For those of you that you know you got to use your voice to have your podcast, one podcast at a time. For those of you that know that you need to go out there and make your YouTube videos, one video at a time. Blogs, one blog at a time. Your music, baby, you ain't got to drop your whole album just yet. One song at a time. People put a whole bunch of songs together and then they create an album. The most infamous musicians and artists that we have out there, it's not always the app. Like, yes, they had those albums that's just like, whoa, like, yes, that album is amazing. But majority of the time, it's that one song. Like, let me just say this to you. I Will Always Love You. You already know who that artist is. What album is it from? You probably don't know, but you know the song, right? Thriller, Smooth Criminal, Remember the Time, Bad, I'm Your Baby Tonight. You know all of those songs. You probably don't know the album, but you know the songs, right? Hit her songs. Focus on the song, not the album, okay? Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Six of Swords. Oh, I love this, y'all. Listen, y'all are moving into calmer waters. And what's happening here is swords are all about mental clarity and the mind. What's happening here is you are now entering into a season where you are going to be mentally stronger because you are clearing your mind of the negative things that have been weighing heavily on your mind. That was a lot, but there's been a lot that has been weighing heavily on your mind, and it's been keeping you in like this depression, this anxiety. Free your mind. You are free from your depression. You are free from your anxiety. You are free from your PTSD. You are free from your trauma. You are free, baby. You are free from that depression. You are free from self-doubt. You are free from anxiety. You are free from fear. Baby, you are free. Tell yourself you are free every single day, because what's going to happen is you have to continue to make yourself mentally stronger. You have to put in the work to make yourself mentally stronger. It starts with the belief. You have to convince yourself and make yourself believe that you are mentally stronger. By putting in the work, affirmations is what's needed. Also, you challenging your thoughts. It's not just about, affirmations. It's challenging the thoughts that you have within your head. When you have thoughts of the past coming up and it's trying to instill doubt in you, trying to make you think less of yourself, you have to challenge that thought and you have to say, okay, well, why? Where is this coming from? What do you mean? When you ask who, what, when, where, and why, that's when sometimes those thoughts stop because they have nothing to say. Because those thoughts are not from you. Those thoughts are from the enemy. Anytime the enemy is bringing thoughts into your mind and it's making you feel less of yourself, that's the enemy. That's a trick of the enemy. The enemy wants to get you in your mind. So you have to be mentally strong so that the enemy can't control your mind. And it's very, very important for us going into this new season to be mentally strong, because a lot of us chosen ones, we deal with seasonal depression. It's now November. We're entering into the holiday season. The holiday season can be difficult for some people. We're in a very difficult time where a lot of people are going to get depressed again. But you got to be mentally strong so that you do not really lose yourself in this process, okay? You've come so far. You've come so far. What else? What else, chosen ones? Okay, that was a lot of cards. Oh, it was only 2. So as you are loving yourself and giving yourself that emotional support, that compassion, you are validating your own emotions. You are recognizing your emotions and making sure that your emotions are real and valid. A lot of times what happens is other people may have invalidated your experience and invalidated your emotions, but you are here to validate your own emotions and your own experiences. And as you are that emotional support system for yourself that you aren't getting from everybody else, you are this for yourself. You are standing strong and firm. You're like, I'm this independent person. I'm emotionally strong. Can't nobody sway me. Can't nobody take me off my throne. I'm sitting here. Can't nobody get you out of character. Stay in your light. And stay in your character. Don't allow nobody to get you out of character. Don't allow nobody to play with your emotions and pull on your heartstrings and push your buttons and get you. No, don't let nobody do that to you in this season, because if they do, they can control you. And one who angers you controls you. And if a person can control you, they will take advantage of that. So don't allow this to happen. We are mentally stronger. We are emotionally stronger. We're not allowing people to get us out of character, because you doing this is going to restore the balance and harmony into your life. You're going to feel a lot more grounded with your emotions and a lot more confident within your emotions, because now you feel like, okay, thank you, Spirit. Because you sometimes feel so empty is because you feel something. And when somebody invalidates how you feel, that makes you sort of doubt yourself. But when you validate your feelings, even if you had several people that just denied your feelings, when you are the one that acknowledges and validates your feelings, and God, of course, validates your feelings. Baby, the Bible says that you and God are a majority. You and God are a majority. So it doesn't matter what those people think or what they don't think. As long as you and God are in agreement with your feelings because of your situation, because of what you went through, that's all you need. And what that's going to do is restore that balance. It's going to make you feel less empty. It's going to make you feel less empty when you can validate yourself. That's how you keep the balance within your life, within your spirit, within your emotions. That's how you keep that harmony. To be in harmony with oneself is to love oneself, is to know thyself. It's to give yourself what you need. Other people around you are not going to give you what you need, but you know what you need. There are some people around you that may be able to give you what you need because they're sent from God. But you have other people that are around you, skin folk, blood, family. They can't even give you what you need. And that's why you kind of feel like Four of Wands reverse. Like you feel like you're out of balance. You feel like, you know, I have all this love, but I'm not receiving much in return. Give all of that love to yourself. And when the universe starts seeing that you're giving all of this love to yourself, it's going to start bringing people in. You'll be so surprised when you sitting here loving on yourself and all of a sudden you got more people coming into your life to love you. And we ain't talking about romantic. It could be just family members. It could be a new best friend coming into your life. Or it could be a lover. You know, it depends on what season we are in. It depends on, everyone's in a different season. Everyone is in a different timeline. Some people, some people you're going to be having romance come into your life. Some people it's going to just be like soul family. Some people it's going to be like a new best friend, and like a real legit best friend that so much you're going to be able to grow with. This is not going to be like no one-sided friendship. It's not going to be like another trauma bond. It's not going to be like those friendships that you had in the past where you were really kind of like, I really don't want to be here. I feel like I'm kind of forced to be here. Like, no, it's not going to be like whatever relationships comes into your life next is not going to be anything that you have to force. It's going to be something that's going to happen naturally. You two are just naturally going to vibe with each other. Y'all going to like each other. Y'all going to fuck with each other. And y'all going to be like, okay, cool. Yes, I like it. We vibe. Boom. Yes. And then y'all just start kind of like, you know, going back and forth, feeding off each other's energy and just y'all constantly elevating. All of a sudden y'all like, oh, I love this here. Y'all are lifting each other up instead of coming down. Those are the type of connections that you need in your life because they are aligned with the new version of you. So all of these other connections that you have in your life right now that you know are not aligning with the version that you are becoming, you may have to start creating some distance. If you don't want to cut those people off entirely, that's fine. You don't have to. But you may have to create some distance from them for a while and be a little bit selfish and give your energy to yourself right now. Because if you have someone coming around wanting to vent to you about the same problems that they're not fixing, and all of that energy you can go into putting it to your own purpose or put it into your own healing, sometimes you got to be selfish with your energy, and it doesn't make you a bad person. Baby, listen, you have been selfless for so long. You have been selfless for such a long time that now when it's time for you to be a little bit selfish, you feel a little bit reluctant. You feel like you're a bad person. You're not a bad person. People just made you out to be the bad person because they wanted to take advantage of you. Anytime you wanted to set boundaries and do something for yourself and take care of you, they wanted to look at you like you was crazy. No, that's how normal people are. This shows you that you were around people that were made you feel delusional. You were around people that just you were around people that wanted you to have blind loyalty to them. You wanted people around you to, it's like, Cinderella. You know how Cinderella was? And listen, if I'm talking to men right now, because I know I'm talking to some of you men too, and you know Cinderella the story. I'm not calling you a woman, but just the principle here, okay? Where Cinderella, and she was like the slave of that whole household, and they trying to make it seem like she deserved to be treated that way. That's kind of how they treat you. They make it seem like you deserve to be everyone's slave and everyone's servant. They're making it seem as if you're not supposed to defend yourself. You're not supposed to stand up for yourself. They're trying to make it seem like you're not supposed to have nice things. They tried to prevent her from going to the ball. You sometimes want to go out and go have fun and go enjoy your life, and they want to try to make it seem like you can't go out and go do that you can't be happy. People that truly are for you want you to be happy. They want you to enjoy life. They don't want you to just be their slave, their servant. These people that are around you, your family, are the people that you just incarnated into this lifetime with, and you were supposed to learn your lesson. But your true family is your soul family, people that are going to love you unconditionally. You know those people love you with conditions. You know they sit up here and use you and take advantage of you and still give you the bare minimum. You know how you could do so much for them and they still want to turn around and abuse you and pick on you and put you down or invalidate what you've done. You already know this, bro. So at this point, when they try to sit up here and try to tell you like, oh, family this, family that, when you already know Matthew 10:36, a man's enemies will come from his very own household. And let me tell you, anytime I say that to anybody, when not like they try to come in, like when I say this to my own family, and they say, okay, but that's still your family. Matthew 10:36, a man's enemies come from his very own household. So don't miss me with that bullshit about family this. Because listen, Cain killed Abel. Joseph's brothers got rid of him and left him for dead. Let's not act like families are not like this. Anytime I bring scripture in there, they try to shut me down instantly. And I'm like, you know what? You have people in your life that are committed to misunderstanding you. You have people in your life, when they come to you, they're not coming to you to ask you about how you're feeling. They're basically, they don't want to know how you feel. They don't want to know how, like, or the smear campaign. The smear campaign, when other people are gaslighting you and projecting onto you and talking about like, oh, well, you did, like, they did this and they did that. And then you have other family members coming around to you like, so they said that you did X, Y, and Z. They basically come like they got a bone to pick with you. They don't really come to you and say, hey, what's going on? How do you feel? What made you do this? They don't care about how you feel. They only want to put you down. They only want to shut down every single thing that you do. Why? Because the enemy is working through your family like a pawn on a chessboard, just controlling their every move, keeping you stuck. You know what happens if you play chess and two pawns are standing in front of each other? They can't move. That's what they want to do. They want to stand directly in front of you so that you can't move. So what you got to do, you got to have some other resource. You got to use your other team. You got to bring some other pawns out so that they can get, so that at that point, you either get rid of this pawn or you bring something else out to distract them so that they can go detect that other pawn. Sometimes you got to sacrifice some things and you can move forward. Chess analogy. But listen, when two pawns are like this on the chessboard, they can't move. Only how they can move if like this pawn can kill somebody or if this pawn can kill somebody. That's the only thing. Sometimes you got to sacrifice. And what's happening is people are coming into your life and they're trying to stand right in front of you because they don't want you to move forward. They want you to stay stuck and stagnant. So what you have to do is go ahead and distract them and let them think that this is happening while you have another move up your sleeve. You have something else going on up your sleeve that they're not even paying attention to, and then you come out the woodwork. That's why they say life is a game of chess, not checkers, because chess is strategic. Lay low until it's time to say checkmate. And one more thing. Who was the most powerful piece in the chessboard? Who? Yes, it's the queen, right? It's the queen. It's not even the king. The king can only move one space at a time. The queen can move everywhere. There's only one move she cannot make, but she can move everywhere around the whole entire board. So what does that say? That the most powerful energy that we have within us is our divine feminine energy. And we all have divine feminine and divine masculine energy. So what we need to do is be more in tune and allow our divine feminine energy to unleash. Allow the divine feminine energy to guide us on how we need to live our life. When you are led by your divine feminine energy, you are led by 1, your intuition, 2, by your empathy, 3, your wisdom, 4, your unconditional love, and 5, your light. Be led by your intuition, your unconditional love, your patience, your gentleness, your wisdom, your insight, your knowledge. Be led by that. Because when you're led by that, you actually are going in the right direction of where you need to be. When you are led by your divine masculine energy, you're more so in protection mode, providing mode. You're more so like, here's the best way to look at it. When you are in your divine feminine energy, you are more close to being in the spirit, because that's how close you are to the spirit. When you are led by your divine masculine energy, sometimes you're a little bit closer to the flesh. Don't live in the flesh, live in the spirit. When everyone's living in their masculine energy, they're living in the flesh. They're not connected to their spirit. But when you're connected to your divine feminine energy, living in the spirit, you're doing things of what God has called you to do. That's what they said, to live in the spirit, not in the flesh. Because the flesh is temporary. The spirit is eternal. You've gone through a transformation, a mental transformation, because you see these butterflies up here, right next to their head, right next to their crown chakra. You have had a crown chakra activation. And a lot of you have probably been having like ascension symptoms where you may have been having headaches. You may have been having like your head is just throbbing, or like over here is throbbing. Is where you may have been having headaches. You may have been having like your head is just throbbing, or like over here is throbbing. Yeah. You may have been having moments where it was hard for you to sleep. You may have just felt like it was just so much going on in your mind and you couldn't get grounded. Yeah, you were having a crown chakra activation. And in order for you to activate your crown chakra, there's always like there's like a purge, and then there's a purge that happens first. There's a purge that happens first, and what happens is it's getting rid of all the negative thoughts and beliefs that you don't need anymore. And then what happens is, as you're getting rid of those thoughts, a lot of those thoughts excuse me, y'all, a lot of those thoughts are going to start coming up to the surface, and all of those emotions that are associated with those thoughts are going to come up as well. So what you have to do is, in those moments where your crown chakra is clearing, allow whatever comes up to come up. Some thoughts you have to just allow it to pass through you like a revolving door. Some thoughts you may actually have to sit with, but it's up to your discernment to figure out which one it is. It's only up to you though. And also, once you begin to purge those thoughts out of your mind, and you make peace with those thoughts, then at that point, you making peace, you are creating more room for more wisdom to come into your crown chakra, more room for you to be connected to the highest white light shooting straight out from your crown chakra. That's your crown. This is your crown. You are here to protect your crown. It's frozen? Is it still frozen? Mine is fine. Okay. Listen. We are here to protect our crown. Your shield, your crown is your helmet of salvation. Okay? Your helmet of salvation is your deliverance from your sin. Your deliverance from, oh, perfect, yes. Your helmet of, I don't know where you guys left that at, but I'm sorry. Anyway, I would say we got to protect our crown, because our crown is our helmet of salvation. That's our deliverance from our sin. So it does not matter what you used to do in the past. When you repent of your sins, when you go to God and you have grown and you have matured, you repent of your sins, you seek forgiveness of yourself, you forgive the people that have hurt you, and you say, God, I want to be better. I want to do things differently. God, I submit my life to you. Then at that point, because you have pretty much, it's like a baptism. It's like in church how they get you baptized and you are like reborn. That's like the death and rebirth. Yeah. We can all have transformations and be reborn all the time. And when we have these rebirths, we can be a totally different person. You can be a totally different person that you are today than you were yesterday or last week or last month. You do not have to continue to be the same person. You see, people want you to be the same person because they want you to because when you were the old version of yourself, you were probably easier to control or easier to manipulate. But now that you're no longer that, you know your worth. They don't know how to handle you anymore, so they bring up your old self. But no, you've gone through this transformation, and you are cutting off anything that no longer serves you. Okay? You are now at a point where you have gained so much wisdom and discernment, and where it's like when anybody is coming to try to penetrate your energy, you can see it for what it is. You can recognize it for what it is, and you're recognizing it a lot more quicker now. And this is the best part though. You are recognizing, this is the best part, is that you are recognizing, narcissists, energy vampires, trauma bonds, people that are not really your friends trying to come be your friend, users, manipulators. You are recognizing this so much easier now than what you did before, because beforehand you would deal with those people and you would involve yourself with them, engage with them, and then you've wasted time, energy, money, and probably dealt with some trauma because of those people. But what you're doing now is, because you can see it coming from a mile away, you can feel it, and what's happening is you're trusting your intuition so much more that you're walking away, or you're no questions asked. King of Swords is like, I'm cutting this ish off, and I'm not even trying to stick around to figure out why I need to cut it off. I'm gonna trust it, and I'm gonna just leave. That's survival. That's survival. You know how the King of Swords is like, think about how I'm gonna give this hood analogy. Okay, I grew up in Chicago anyway, but listen, the thing is think of this hood analogy. Think of a dude is out there, he out in the streets and stuff like that. When you out in the streets, you have a lot of street smart. So he always peeps the scene, is always very observant. And anytime he sees something that just looks a little bit skeptical or sketchy, he dipping, bro. So let's for one reason, he's sitting out here and he just chilling, he just chilling, sitting out on his porch or whatever. And he see a car with tinted windows driving real slow. Any person gonna think that's a drive-by. Off a Friday, drive-by, and they ran to the back. And you know what happens? What he do? Before he even tests out what that car could possibly be, he getting the F up out of there. He dipping, he gone, he in the back, he in the house, he doing whatever he can do. It may have turned out that that probably wasn't even a drive back. It probably was just a regular car, but he dipped anyway. Or what else happened is that, let's say that that actually was a drive back, but because he got out the way, he wasn't hit. That drive back probably still happened on another street when there was more people. But the thing is, when you got street smart, you gonna dip when you just feel like you need to dip, bro. And this is what you're doing right now. That was an analogy, but your intuition right now is telling you to dip when they say dip. When they say, nah, this ain't it, you walk away. You don't sit up there and just don't sit there and wait around and experience it more and try to fill it out and be, I wonder what this is. Don't be a Caucasian in a horror movie. Be a black person in a horror movie and get the F up out of there, okay? Also, we have Three of Wands. You are embarking on this new journey and expanding your horizon and looking out to something new. Three of Wands is about starting something new in your life. Because you've had these other things here, like these other options, these other opportunities that you've had, and they probably didn't give you much fulfillment. Or maybe they gave you fulfillment at the time, but they probably just don't, like, you've outgrown them. Now you're at a point now where you want to grow, you want to expand your life, and you know that in order for you to do this, you have to do things differently. So that's what you're doing. You're doing things differently. You're embarking on something new. Because it's time for you to do something different. If you want to see different in your life, you're going to have to do different. So this is just your push to do something different. Do something different. Whatever you need to do. And it starts small. But just do something different so that you can see better results. All right, y'all. I'm still going with this reading, but I need to take a water break. I'm going to drop my Cashapp in here real quick. Okay, so I'm still going with this reading, but I need to take a water break. I'm going to drop my Cashapp in here real quick. Okay, so if this reading is resonating with you all and you would like to donate or a tip to my Cashapp is $queenstp. $queenstp. I'm dropping it in the comments. So go ahead and just leave me a Cashapp if you would like to. Also, if you want to book a personal reading with me, then head over to the link in my bio. You can go ahead and book with me there on my website. I need to grab some water. I'll be right back. Okay, let us continue. Okay, here we go. I'm back. Okay. What else are we dealing with right now, chosen ones, in the month of November? What else are we dealing with, chosen ones, for the month of November? Okay, thank you. Okay, in the month of November, okay, start this one. In the month of November, there's this new opportunity for you for financial gain. Now, for some of you, this opportunity already came and you're starting it in November, or for some of you, you haven't started it yet, but it's coming in the month of November. Whatever this is an opportunity for you to have income, financial gain. But not only will you be earning money, which is the obvious with the pentacle here. Not only are you earning money, but you are also growing as a person as you are involved in this new opportunity here. You're growing as a person, you're growing mentally, you're growing emotionally, spiritually. You are going to be growing through this opportunity. It's going to change you as a person. And it's like, okay, so for some of you, what's happening is that don't focus so much on the money that you're making, because you may not be making a whole lot of money right away for some of you. But it's to know that it's not always about the money. It's about the person that you are as you it's about the person that you are as you show up. It's like, as long as you show up as your best Oh, come on. As long as you show up as your best authentic self, every single time you show up, positive attitude, no negative attitude, no bitterness, no coldness, warmth, love, gentleness, empathy, compassion, showing up as your best self. That's what it's about. This is what it's testing you. It's basically this opportunity here before, this is what's happening. God wants to give you all of this money, wants to just pour so much money into your life. But what God has to first do is God has to first see, like, God has to first see, will you be ready to handle all of that? Will you be ready to handle what comes with this? Because God wants to test your attitude, really test your attitude to see, like, are you going to be able to handle all of this, handle everything that I'm giving you? Are you still going to be able to be humble? And it's like, you may not be receiving, this is okay for some of you, you may not be receiving a whole lot of money at first, but it's testing your character, it's testing your wisdom, it's testing to see, like, it's testing to see, like, the type of person you will be as you show up at this opportunity. The person that you be, the person that you show up as is way more valuable than the money that you are going to earn. And even if you feel like the work that you are required to do does not equate with the amount of money that you are earning, that's okay. Because what's happening is, this right here is a test. It's like, it's all going to come back to you. Because it's like, because I didn't give you as much as you expected to get, but you still showed up with a great attitude. Now I can bless you with even more. Because if you can be humble with little, God can bless you with more. So in this next season, this new opportunity, show up as the best version of yourself. The money is going to be able to supply all of your needs. You may not be able to do everything that you want with this money, but you're going to have everything that you need. And that's what's most important. This opportunity is going to bring security and stability to you. It's going to bring you a sense of financial security, financial stability, where it's going to be like consistent income, where you're going to be, if you had this period where you weren't really having income consistently, this right here is bringing in that consistent income, where it's going to be like, you know, I don't have to worry about where my next paycheck is going to come from. I know I'm going to have a paycheck, whether I'm getting paid weekly or bi-weekly. You know that money is flowing to you to take care of your things. And by you being financially secure and not having to worry so much about money, it's going to do something to your spirit. It's going to make you mentally stronger. You're going to feel more confident. You're going to feel more calm. You're going to feel more calm, cool, and collected. And it's going to make you feel less depressed. It's going to make you feel a whole lot more, you know, confident in where your life is right now. It's going to make you feel a whole lot more content. Because and it's going to make you feel especially less stressed out. Because all of the stresses that you have in your mind from your personal life, added insult to injury, if you dealing with struggles financially, that makes shit even worse for you. But now that this opportunity is coming in, because this opportunity is here to basically have you be more productive, have you be more present throughout the day, have you be able to have a routine throughout the day. This opportunity coming in is requiring you to put in a little bit more work, because faith without works is dead. To put in more work within yourself to achieve what's coming next. So listen, don't think that by the end of, and this is not to say that by the end of this month, you're going to be having millions in your bank, because everything is gradual. This is just saying that as you are embarking on this new journey and you're having this financial stability in whatever way it is, don't confuse financial stability with financial independence. I'm not saying financial independence. The financial independence is coming, because this card came out before this one. So the financial abundance is coming, but you first have to be financially secure. You first have to be able to be secure within yourself, where you can handle your personal life and your work life and create this whole lifestyle and livelihood for yourself, and really step into this adulthood role, really step into, you know, this independent life. Like, you really got to step into this independence here. This whole reading is about being independent, right? This security that's going to be coming into your life is going to give you the finances to invest and what you feel like is going to cause you financial abundance. Like, you know how they say you got to spend money to make money, or how, like, You know how sometimes, for example, like you want to invest into something. Let's say you want to start your business and invest into your business, but you need money to invest into your business. So what God is doing is God is giving you opportunity to work a job, and you're earning this money so that you can invest into that. And that way it's like you're able to have the resources to do that. And it's going to be at a point where you're probably going to be very busy. Like you're probably going to be in this energy of, working on your craft, working on your business while working your regular job, while doing this, or for some of you, but it's going to be at a point where you're going to be multitasking. You're going to be doing a lot more things at once and keeping yourself more busy while you're earning all of this money, because it's pretty much preparing you for this next level of your life. And this next level, you're going to be a lot more busy. You're going to be here and there, everywhere. And you're going to be earning money. You're going to have to learn how to stay mentally strong, stay grounded, stay calm. And to be able to be comfortable being by yourself, because this new journey that you are embarking on, you're going to be independent for a while. It's going to just be you for a little while. And it may get a little lonely, but remember that you are not alone. And that it may sometimes get a little upsetting, but this is all to protect your peace and to make you stronger and to give you more power. And so that God can, thank you for that word, focus, and so that you can focus on yourself and focus on your purpose. And also because God wants to talk to you and guide you and give you so much wisdom, but you can't do that if you're constantly around other people. God has to isolate you so that you can only hear God's voice. Okay? What else is going on in the month of November? Okay. So, 5 of Pentacles. Okay, is this them or is this how they're making other people feel? Can you clarify that, please? Clarify this 5 of Pentacles, please. Can you clarify this, please? There's too many cards. Okay, so I feel like in the month of, one more second, I need to clarify this so I can get the message. Okay, this doesn't feel right. I'm gonna put this back. Alrighty. Let's keep going. What else is going on with the chosen ones for the month of November? Okay, I see you sorting out some internal battle that you are dealing with. With the 5 of Wands, with the Queen of Cups, this is talking about not a battle with other people, but a battle within yourself. You have this internal battle going on emotionally. Okay, I'm gonna say it like I hear it. You're dealing with this internal battle emotionally because you are not being completely 100% open and honest about how you truly feel and what you really feel. You're kind of hiding a little bit of your emotions. You're kind of doubting your own emotions. You're kind of like, in a way, gaslighting yourself. And that's why there's this internal conflict, because the voice that's gaslighting yourself and doubting your own feelings is not your voice. It's the voice of others. And that's why you deal with this internal battle, is because you're battling out between your own voice and the voice of others. Because the voice of others have made you feel inadequate. The voice of others have made you feel less than. So you see why it's very imperative that you need to be alone right now, because all these people have done is put you down and hurt you. You see why it's very imperative to you to be independent right now, so that you can eliminate all of those feelings, because all those thoughts, because when you come around those people, the thoughts are already in your head, and then when they come and say it to you again, it fills your head even more. So you have to stay away from those certain people that cause you to be in battle with yourself. Stay away from them, and you have to be a little bit more independent. Cater to yourself, nurture your own emotions, validate your own emotions, so that you have the Queen and King of Cups here. You got to validate your own emotions so that this internal battle can die out. At this point, like, End the war within yourself. Make peace within. That's, once again, make peace within yourself. Make peace with the thoughts in your mind. Make peace with your fears. Make peace with your doubt. Make peace with all of the things that have hurt you. Make peace with your traumas. Make peace with the hurts of your past, because you have to move forward in your life to fulfill your mission. Nothing that you went through was in vain. Once you make peace with it, once you nurture it, and in the moment, what you can do is, in the moment when you're feeling those negative thoughts, tell yourself thoughts of love. Talk to yourself in your mind with a gentle tone, nice, kind words of love, words of empathy, words of compassion, words of grace. You have to change the way you talk to yourself. You have to be a little bit more gentle with yourself and a little bit more compassionate and empathetic with yourself. You have to nurture yourself. You have to nurture yourself like you are your own mother or father. You have to give that to yourself, because when you do, this eternal battle will no longer really be there. Once again, we're making peace with our pain. Oh, I like that. Making peace with our pain. I think that's going to be the title of this video. Making peace with our pain. Can somebody put that in there for me? The month of November, we are making peace with our pain. I'm going to write that down. Let me write that down before I forget. I need a pen. I had to write that down before I forget. Thank y'all for writing it in the comments, though. Thank you so much. The month of November, you are really increasing your strength, okay? You are getting a lot stronger mentally, a lot stronger emotionally, a lot stronger spiritually. And how are you going to be doing this? Is because you are going to be doing things every single day that is going to make you mentally stronger. How can you make yourself mentally stronger? By first praying every single morning as soon as you wake up. Let me tell you something. Prayer is much more important than meditation. All these people want to talk about, oh, meditation. Yes, meditation is important, but you know what's even more important? Prayer. Prayer. Talk to God. Because praying is talking to God. Meditation, praying is talking to God and listening to God. Because you can hear God's voice as you pray. Meditation, oh, come on. Okay. Prayer is more so you developing a stronger relationship with God. That's why prayer is more important. Meditation, oh, come on. It's going to blow your mind. Meditation is giving you a better relationship with yourself, with your body, with your mind. Meditation is for the mind and body. Meditation is for the mind and body, but prayer is for the spirit. We are the spirit first, the mind second, the body last. Okay? Spiritually, the spirit is important. So the first thing that you want to do every single day is pray. Is pray. Like when you think of Islam, or you know, Muslim religion. I've been looking into this because like their religion is very interesting to me. There's some stuff that I really admire about their religion, and what they do is Muslims pray 5 times a day. Before they even get their day started, they pray. That is their. Why do you think when you see people that are Muslim or doesn't even matter what race they are, because if they are of Muslim culture, Muslim religion, Islamic culture, excuse me, sorry, you see them as those race they are, because if they are of Muslim culture, Muslim religion, Islamic culture, excuse me, sorry, you see them as those of them that are men and women of God, the ones that pray the 5 times a day, their spirit is so much different. And that's why when a lot of time, let me just say this, I'm gonna call a spade a spade. The reason as to why people treat Muslims and when they wear the hijab so horrible is because they're intimidated by them. They are intimidated by them because they are the most peaceful people you will ever come across in your life. I guarantee you. And because those are people that are bold in their faith and who their creator is, and they are bold to walk out like that, other people are intimidated by them. So that is exactly why they try to shut them down. Stop shutting them down. And don't anybody ever think of disrespecting a person that's Muslim, disrespecting a person that wants to wear a hijab or the veil. Don't ever do that, because that is how they are growing connected to the Most High, to Allah, what they would say. Listen. Hold on. The strength that you're gaining. Oh, that's where I was going with that. I'm sorry. So to be spiritually stronger is where you pray every day. You pray before you even start your day. You pray as soon as you open your eyes in the morning. The first thing you do is you pray. That's keeping you spiritually strong. To keep you mentally strong is the meditation. That's what keeps your mind grounded. That is what keeps your mind clear. And it also calms your nervous system. So let me tell you something. You can have a person that could meditate multiple times a day, but if they are not praying to God, if they are not spending their time with God, if they're not even picking up the word, that meditation means nothing, because all they're doing is calming their flesh. All they're doing is calming their mind. Okay? So a lot of times people think that spirituality equates meditation. Spirituality equates a personal relationship with God. That's what spirituality is. You don't have to meditate to be spiritual. Please, let me tell you something. A lot of spiritual people don't meditate every day. They know that they should, but they don't. Some of them don't. Some of them do, and some of them that do, it's wonderful. But let me tell you something. You can meditate every day and still be dealing with your issues, because they say it's not about the more you meditate. It's about the work that you do outside of it. That's what I'm saying. These people with these new age spirituality, these people that don't know much about being spiritual, they think, oh, spirituality means you got to meditate. No, baby. Let me tell you something. When people like start incorporating into their spiritual journey and they're going through their spiritual awakening, the meditation is probably like one of the last things that they start doing. The more things that they do is just sitting with themselves. The more time that they do, they're just sitting there just like, that's what it really is. That's what it is. Sitting with themselves and allowing all this emotion to come up and spending time with God. I guarantee you the meditation they also do, but even in the mix of it, they're learning how to meditate. But let me tell you, the strongest people spiritually do their work outside of meditation. So don't think that like, that some people think that just because they meditate that makes them better spiritually or they're more spiritual. No, it doesn't, sweetie. It doesn't. Because you can meditate all you want to, but if you still are in the same exact place. Let's pull some more cards. Let's go. What else are we dealing with the month of November? Okay. You are walking away from what no longer serves you, 8 of Cups. And what you're walking away from a lot of things that no longer serve you. You're walking away from people. You're walking away from friends, family, old situations. Like probably your home, your hometown, your city, your state. You are walking away. That was a bunch of confirmation verse for all of you, okay? You are walking away from what is no longer serving your highest good, because you are now recognizing that it was meant to be in your life at the time, but the version of yourself that you are becoming, it no longer fits in your life. You see how this person is carrying just everything they can carry on their back. They're traveling light. That's what it's boiling down to. It's about you traveling light now. Lowering, like, don't you carry nothing that, that song off of The Wiz, Ease On Down? One of the lyrics they said was, don't you carry nothing that might be a load. Literally and physically. Like, don't carry nothing emotionally or mentally, all this weight on your shoulders, because that's a load. Release it. Let go of the pain. But also when it comes to like the stuff that you have, you know what I'm saying? And don't carry all the stuff that's going to be a load, because a lot of us are probably going to be guided to travel and move around and live life like a gypsy. You know what I'm saying? Carry whatever you can carry on your back. You don't need all of that stuff. And that's the thing. A lot of us feel like we need all this extra stuff, and all of a sudden we got all this heavy weight. No, only what you can carry on your back. That's like the Fool card. Only what you can carry on your back. Okay, that's all you need. What you can carry on your back and what you can push. Okay, that is it. Narrow down all of your stuff into one suitcase and one bag. That's all you need, baby. Okay. That was letter cards. I'm not going to take that. Okay. Okay. You know, I was talking about the wigs just a second ago. They're giving me another song. Maybe y'all should just go watch the Wiz today. Or if you don't got the time to watch the whole movie, then go on YouTube and listen to the songs. But the other song was Michael Jackson's song, You Can't Win. And the lyrics in the song, the one that's sticking out to me right now, was like, you can win. You can't break even. Break even is like breaking through if you can't get out of the game. The game is the matrix. You basically got to break out the mold, break out the matrix. That's how you're going to win. Because chosen ones, we are meant to break out of this matrix, right? What else did they say? Oh, they said you can't win if your story stays the same. So if you are constantly telling yourself the old narrative and thinking of yourself as this person that is broken and hurt and traumatized, and you aren't seeing yourself for how strong and wise and resilient and courageous and confident you are and healed you are, start telling yourself the narrative of who you are now, not who you used to be, not the person that went through the trauma and the pain, but the person of who you are now. That's how you retell your story. If your story stays the same of all of the pain you went through, all you're going to do is just become, I hate to say this, and I'm not calling anybody this word, but this is what I'm hearing. If you stay in the pain and you wallow in it, it's making you a victim of your pain instead of a victor of your pain. I know that word triggers me sometimes too, because I hate when people try to call me a victim. But listen, I'm not calling you a victim. But I'm saying is that if you wallow in all of your pain and you just focus on the fact that you were broken and hurt and traumatized, then you're going to stay a victim of your pain. But when you recognize that you have grown and you are no longer, because this is telling you, you are no longer that person that was traumatized, that was broken, that was beat down, that was abused mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. You are not that same person that was, that was that people pleaser. You were not that same person that lacked boundaries. You were not that same person that couldn't stand up for themselves. You are not that same person that allowed yourself to be in certain situations where, you let your people pleasing get to the best of you, and you probably did things with your body, did things with other people that you did not want to do. You are no longer that person anymore. You are stronger. And it's time for you to recognize yourself for who you are now. That's your story. That's your narrative. You control your narrative. Nobody else can control your narrative but you. Don't let somebody else control your narrative. You control your narrative. The person that you are today, the person that's healed. Change your story. That's how you win. It starts first in the mind. When you wake up every day knowing I am healed, I am happy, I am doing what I can do for myself, I'm doing what I can do to serve God. When you wake up every day knowing I am healed, I am happy, I am doing what I can do for myself, I'm doing what I can do to serve God. There you go. It's okay, baby. Let the tears fall. That's healing you. 3 of Swords just flew out. See, a lot of y'all dealing with some very intense pain in your heart right now because, people have, okay, there's one thing about being stabbed in the back, but you were stabbed in the heart. Like, you went through some very deep heartbreak. Like, you have pain. You have been heartbroken by a lover. You have been heartbroken by your family. You have mother wounds. You have father wounds. You have family wounds. You have sibling wounds. You have such deep rooted pain within your heart that it's like the pain is so deep that it's almost like the slightest things can trigger this wound because of how deep it is. The deeper the wound, the deeper you get within yourself and the closer you get to God. The deeper your wound, the deeper your relationship with the Most High will become. Because you recognize that in order for God heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. So when God is healing your broken heart and he's binding up all of this that you have been through, God is giving you peace and restoration and healing and comfort and nurture and solace throughout everything that you have been through. So when you go through this heartbreak, go to God to help you overcome this. You do not have to go through this in your own strength. And I think a lot of you are trying to do this on your own, and that's why you're feeling still heartbroken and still in all of this pain, because you ain't supposed to deal with this on your own. God says to cast your burdens onto him. Let him carry it. Let God carry your burdens. Let God carry your pain. Let God handle it. You went through it. You're healing from it. Now give it to him while you continue to heal your nervous system. Because, naked. Because, baby, you are this star here. You are this star. And let me tell you, you see how the stars are aligning for you, because you are this center point star. Okay, you are like that North Star. Like, you know, in the North Star, like, follow the North Star. You are like the North Star. You are the people that, you are the one that people are going to, you are going to lead the people. People are going to follow you. And the stars are aligning to put everything into place to get you into this position. And all you have to do is continue pouring into yourself and pouring into the world, being of service to the world, humanitarian. That's what we have our gifts for. We have our gifts to give to the world. Yes, it is 7 stars. You know, 7 is the number of, what's that? Because 10 is completion. 7 is also completion. Yes. You know, it's like God created the world in 7 days. God created you. That's why 7 stars aligning. God handcrafted you so strategically and perfectly imperfect for this time. You are here for a reason. Yes, perfection. Like God created you to be perfectly imperfect. Who you are, your shape, your size, everything. God created it. Justice is being served in the month of November. You are going to receive justice in situations because you have been done wrong for far too long. And God is tired, because when you hurt, God hurts. When you cry, God feels your tears. God cries with you. When you are in pain, God feels your pain. And God is so tired of seeing you in pain and seeing you hurt, because you're a good person. You're a good soul. You're a good spirit. And people have just shat on you your whole life. But now it's time for you to have justice to be restored into your life, where you're now going to have people that are going to treat you with kindness, with respect, with unconditional love. You're finally going to have things working out in your favor in all aspects of your life. Justice is being restored because the balance is restoring in your life. And as the balance is restoring in your life and you are taking your time, you know, with this Knight of Pentacles here, this is about you taking gradual steps to make your life better. This is about you implementing new routines into your life, you know, things to help yourself mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, you know, financially, you living your purpose, you investing into your craft. It's about you taking gradual steps to make your life better, to turn your life around. Like, you are really turning your life around and moving forward in your life. Now, you see the long face. Even though you're a little hurt at times, even though you're a little sad, you're still moving forward. You're still moving forward, even if you got to go at a very slow pace. What's also happening is that, okay, clarify this card for me, please. You're going to be constantly putting in just continue to put in the work. This is your next course of action. Continue to put in the work, and you will be rewarded. Everything that you do will be rewarded. The more work that you put in, the better the outcome. So continue putting in the work. Quality over quantity. Make sure that you have a lot of love into whatever it is that you're doing. Because what's happening here is you are falling back in love with yourself. With the Lover's card, you are really falling in love with yourself here. And as you are falling in love with yourself, you are recognizing that you are your ideal self. You are your ideal partner. You are everything that you've always wanted and needed, plus more. You're getting out of this energy of feeling, you're definitely getting out of this mental prison energy. Like if you had moments where it felt like you were having trouble sleeping at night, where you felt like you were dealing with insomnia, your mind was just racing so constantly, where you feel like you just couldn't catch a break. You're coming out of this energy because we had the Six of Swords earlier. We're moving into calmer waters and being mentally stronger, more mentally clear. You're going to start sleeping better. You're going to be able to sleep throughout the night. You're not going to be waking up. You're not going to be tossing and turning. You're not going to be dealing with insomnia where you can't get to sleep. Like you're going to be so much at peace that like you're going to sleep so much and have such good night's rest that it's like, finally, thank you. And it's going to make you feel a whole lot healthier. You've been putting in enough work already with the Seven of Pentacles, but you know that you're required to do more. That's why the Eight of Pentacles came out. Because right now you're here at this Seven of Pentacles. You've done a lot of work. You've done so much, and you've done way too much to turn back now. 3 more Pentacles, you're at your 10 of Pentacles. But you already have 7. You are more than half of the way there. You are more than half of the way there. You are at like 70%, and you still got to get to your 100%. You've done a lot of work. That's why you feel tired, because you're like, damn. But you know you still got more left to do. But continue, because continue that last 30%. Here we go. 9 of Pentacles. You putting in that work. We now have the 7, 8, 9, and 10 of Pentacles in this deck. I mean, in this spread. You know, the 9 of Pentacles is about once you've... Okay, let me just... Where's that other card so I can help this? Okay. So first, you are here. You've put in so much work and you've put in too much to turn back now. Then once you continue to put in the work on whatever it is that you have to do, you're going to reach a place of feeling much more stable and secure, because you know, you're pretty much going to begin to build that foundation. You're going to be building your foundation. And once that foundation is built, you're going to have all of the security and stability. Exactly. 10 of Pentacles, all of this security and stability for yourself, for your family, for your loved ones. You know, you're going to have all of the security and stability, and you're going to feel a whole lot more confident and content within yourself. And now this is going to be able to give you even more opportunities to invest into something else that you want to do and invest into your abundance. But you want this abundance, you got to continue to put in the work. That's all you got to do. So you are carrying this big heavy burden here. You're carrying a lot of burdens. And you need to release these burdens, because the burdens are weighing down on you so heavily. They're weighing down on you so heavily that it's hard for you to move forward. It's at times where you may not even be able to see things in front of you. You may be and maybe slowing you down because you're carrying so much heavy weight. So that's the thing. As you continue to move forward, make sure you are shedding layers and shedding those pain from your past, shedding yourself from those traumas. You are not stuck, okay? You aren't stuck. You may think that you're stuck, but you're not stuck. You have everything that you need to get yourself out of this situation right now. In the past, it may have felt like you were stuck, like you were in this mental prison, but no, not anymore. You are not stuck. You are able to move forward, because you have all of these ideas, you have all of these endeavors, and you've had these epiphanies, and you have the tools and the resources to move forward. So you have all the tools and resources to move forward. So stop lying to yourself and thinking that you need more, or stop doubting yourself, or second guessing yourself, or stop trying to not look at your situation for what it really is. Look at what you have. Don't look at what you don't have. Look at what you do have. You have everything you need to start what you need to do. You have everything you need to start what you need to do. God has supplied it for you. It's up to you to actually apply your wisdom and knowledge and use your gifts that God gave you, that you were born with, and follow your purpose. I know sometimes you feel like it's screaming at you, like, we want you to work, we want you to do more, we want you to... I know it feels like that a lot, but it's really saying, think of it this way. You want to feel better? You want to be happier? You want to feel joy? You want to feel fulfillment? That's how it's going to happen. That's how it's going to happen. By you indulging and investing into your craft, that is how you are going to feel more fulfilled and feel happier. That's how everything is going to change for you. Don't look at it as a chore. Don't look at it as a, oh, it's something I have to do. It's something you get to do. It's something you get to do. To have this freedom to do what you want and live your life on your own terms, independently, having a lifestyle, a livelihood, creating that for yourself is an amazing thing to have. Don't look at it as a chore. Look at it as a privilege and honor that God has chosen you to do this. Where everybody else is working regular jobs and doing all that other kind of stuff, you have a bigger mission here. You have a deeper purpose. You know what your purpose is. And now it's time for you to walk your purpose. While everybody else is just off just doing something that they don't even like or have a passion for, you're able to do something that you truly love. Ace of Wands. Brand new opportunity, brand new beginning. Whatever craft or passionate endeavor that you have is going to be fruitful. It's going to be successful. It's going to take off. You're going to be successful with whatever this is. That's where they're giving you the push. Like, the success is inevitable. The success is going to happen. The success is something that you cannot avoid. They're saying you're going to be successful regardless. But sometimes you may think, I don't know, but try it. Go for it and do it and see what happens. You see how many people just go viral and get famous for like the silliest stuff? It's about time that we finally have people getting famous for actually having talent, actually having gifts, actually being great people. We're about to come up though. All of these other people that like, see, all of that stuff is a distraction. A distraction. Like the people that they make it famous, like that Brit Barbie girl, it's all a distraction. It's all a distraction. Because the minute that we come out and we the true chosen ones, the true children of God, when we come out, it's over with. All those people just gonna be knocked out. So let them have a little fun while we continue to heal. Okay? Stop deceiving yourself and thinking that your manifestations are not going to come in, because they are. Your manifestations will come in. Do not deceive yourself. Do not doubt yourself. Do not lie to yourself. Do not gaslight yourself.